Now, I know this is going to be shocking to some people, but I was doing some grinding off screen to lessen the burden of the editing load, and there was a scene! A whole... Yep, come on. 2 days after day 42. Which, I'm pretty sure the last scene was on day 35. So that's only 9 days wait. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's go. Joanne had waited long enough. She had visited the temple before, but Thajala had never been available. This time the mage was not going to take an "oh" for an answer. I mean, she hadn't. I was controlling Joanne, but... Details. Even after this little while, her feelings for Thajala were as strong as ever. After this little while, it was 9 fucking days. If you stop liking someone who's just confessed to you after 9 days, chances are it was never going to last too long, was it? She just knew the healer felt the same way, but did not want to admit it. Joanne understood it was frightening. There were different species, different station. Most would not understand their love. Understand their love? Oh, come on. Please don't make this route more Twilight than it is. She didn't care about what others thought. All she wanted was to be with Thajala. Joanne stood in front of the healer's door. There was no one else here. It had taken some doing, but she had figured out when Thajala took one of her rare breaks from working. Knocking on the door, she waited for a response. "I am occupied. I will be with you in a short while." Keep the fucking door down. Ignoring Thajala's instruction, she pushed open the door. The elf looked up from her book, a brief flash of annoyance on her face before it melted into one of shock. One of those expressions is right, isn't it? Annoyance, and everyone, get ready for the shock face! So the shock face is that? Joanna's trying to kid herself. That's how I'm reading this. Well, I'm here. I'm sick of you avoiding me, Thajala. 9 days, and that's the best pun you could come up with. We already discussed this. There cannot be a friendship between us. Well, can there be anything more, though? Probably. Now, please leave. What the fuck is wrong with my hair? Ugh, sorry. You guys have to watch me beauty comb it. That'll do. We didn't discuss this. You told me what you were going to do and didn't even stop to think about my feelings. I did. Besides, it requires two sides to create a relationship. Even if you truly desire one, I do not, and it cannot be. Look, I didn't want it to come to this, but I have brought manacles for a chain dungeon. So, look, you either come along peacefully or not at all. That's all I'm saying. The elf got up from her chair and walked towards the door. I'm going to summon the priest to escort you from the temple. Thajala was moving very quickly. Joanne only had a few minutes to say something that would change the elf's mind. All of these are bad. I'm not going to let you go. Oh, yeah, like, that'll fucking change her mind after everything she said. Well, it shouldn't. It might. Fine, I'll leave. With you always running like this, I wonder maybe you like me chasing you? Again? Spurious at best. Or let me show how I feel about you. Oh, fuck it. I just want to see where the relationship goes up. Violently. Okie dokie. Let me show how I feel about you, Thajala. Joanne moved fast, grabbing Thajala's arms and shoving her against the wall next to the door. Resting her forearm against the other's torso, her other cupped the elf's cheek. Okay, I saw the word cupped and wondering where we were going with that. And forced her to look into her eye. I know you love me. You practically admitted it to me on the ship. Where are you going? She didn't quite say love though, did she? I love you too, Thajala. Well, wild guessing was right, I guess. We can be together. It doesn't have to end up with us being apart. I know we're almost as different as can be, but that doesn't matter to me. Oh, swoon! Swoon! Rolls eyes. All I know is how I feel about you and how much it hurts when you're not near. Leaning on her tiptoes, she kissed the healer on the forehead. Just think about it. Next time we meet, I want to hear if you really are ready to throw our love away. Joanne released Thajala, stepping back and folding her arms. It's like they've been to hell and back. They haven't. They've been to a temple and back a few times, and a ship. Will you think about it? Yes. Good, I guess I'll see you later then. We didn't really think about how to say goodbye, did we? Yes. Giving the elf a small smile, Joanne walked out without another word. Oh, I can't wait for there to be fuck all for another god knows how long. She could visit Thajala. Don't know why, but she could. I chose not to see why. And, yeah. There's your 5-minute scene. We won't get one for another week. And if you want to see how much stuff I need to do, this stuff, I'm just doing all this backlog I got. I don't need gold, honestly, and there's a nobles one I'll do, but then it's the military and we'll start grinding up levels. It's fun. Oh my god, there's another scene. It's 2 days. Last one was 44. This is 46. This has to be a world record. There was only 6 minutes that passed since the last scene. Oh, this is incredible! Talia was hesitant to enter the smithy. After their last conversation, she had promised to give her an answer the next time they met. Oh my god, I've just realised it's exactly the fucking same, isn't it? It's the same resolution! Deep down, Talia had always known her answer, but it was a little frightening. She had never really been one to get serious with someone. What if Marianne had changed her mind since then and now was going to be left hanging? Talia supposed it was the least she deserved after making the smith wait for so long. Taking a deep breath, Talia pushed open the door and entered. Marianne was at the anvil as usual, hammering a glowing hot piece of metal. If it's glowing, you should ask really, UFO experts. Look, the game hasn't come up with anything funnier than this. Don't judge me. It looked like another horseshoe, which Talia knew the smith hated working on. How? All the scenes that happen, I'm there for. This has never been said. The smith glanced up as the girl closed the door behind her. She gave Talia a small nod before plunging the shoe into water, then tossing it onto a pile nearby. Hello? Hello. I guess you're ready to answer me now. I'm fine, thank you very much. No, whatever. I think so. So what's your answer? She should have known that Marianne would be right to the point. The smith had never been one to waste time. You've really messed with my mind. I can't think straight because of you. Well, that's alright, because we're bent. No. Ever since we first met, I've known there was something different about you. I want us to be lovers. I'm not satisfied with just kissing and cuddling. Oh, fuck me, they're like answers a child would give. Alright, well, as per always, let's see which one gets us the most. Oh lord, that's really not quite that. Not quite all the way up. Oh lord, that is violently down. That's the full heart one! Ever since I met you, I knew there was something different about you, Marianne. From you not killing me when you caught me stealing. No, that's just a lack of common sense. From caught me stealing you from you to when you let me ogle you in the yard. Oh, that's right. She better fucking come on with us with missions now. Marianne laughed. I've always known there was more than just playing when it came to you. So, Marianne, I want to get serious with you. Marianne laughed again. That was quite a speech. 3 lines. It was 3 lines. That's... thank you. Wandering hands is the achievement. The less you think about that, the better. So I guess this is it, I guess. Marianne grabbed Talia's hand and started dragging her towards the back. Don't you have a shop to run? Oh, yeah. She stopped, moved into a desk in the corner and removing a sign. Remember this? It's the sign you missed when I was taking a break. Why is she now red? I thought she was... No, it's always been that. I'm just being dumb. She opened the door and hung it up on a small nail protruding from it. There we go, we've got an hour. The smith raced over and grabbed Talia's hand. I wasn't quite expecting you to go this fast. Problem? Talia giggled. Nope. I actually do think we're a Cyclops. This is all I'm saying. She jumped up into Marianne's arms, wrapping her legs around the taller woman's torso. Taller? By, like, an inch or two? Sure. Also, of all the places you could put a hand to try and arouse someone, a pocket probably isn't it unless you have a penis. Is this the big twist? This trap of thieves? Ugh. Just carry me like this. Leaning in, she kissed Marianne tenderly on the lips. Now take me where it was you wanted to go. My bed. You are a bad girl, Marianne. Oh god, the roleplays began. No worse than you. Talia kissed Marianne again as the smith did her best to open the door to her room while carrying her new lover. Oh, we're carrying? Fucking hell, our legs must be small. Yeah, we must be really small. Marianne's legs must be a foot long. It's like 30 centimeters, by the way. While carrying her new lover, I guess we were made for each other. Oh, rolls my eyes. Oh, that's it. Okay, well, good. Well, I guess it wasn't always going to be everything, was it? Nothing else. Right, grinding again, I guess. Unless there's something at night. Is there fuck? Right. Robberies. Oh, this is the robbery after. Christ, guys, you're going to see 3 scenes in one episode. It's going to be incredible. Grind of Thieves reaching new kinds of levels. Talia had been trailing behind her sisters as they returned to the shop. Are we going to ask Marianne? She had no idea how she had not noticed her pursuer until strong arms clamped around her torso and over her mouth. Her assailant was incredibly strong, and even Talia's acrobatic skills could not help her wriggle out of her attacker's grip. Yeah, I figured so. Please tell me that you're going to go around adventuring with us now. This would be really helpful. I guess I've learned all your tricks, Talia. Marianne! Cloaked. Not even cloaked. The smith released Talia from her iron grip. I've been holding you long enough now to know how wriggly you are. I just need to squeeze hard enough to almost hurt you. Talia rubbed her ribs. You did hurt me. We're not even going to put that dagger down, apparently. Marianne chuckled and leaned in, moving Talia's clothes out of the way so she could kiss her ribs better. Better? A bit, but why did you drag me into an alley? Oh, I was waiting to talk to you, but then I thought it would be fun to mess with you. You know my sisters are going to come running in a few seconds. Well, I'm sure they will hear us talking and leave us alone. Talia was about to disagree, but then she thought about Kira for a moment. If her older sister heard, then she would definitely stop Joanne from interfering. She supposed Marianne was probably right. So what are you doing out so late anyway? Talia blinked. Oh, she sighed. How could she have not forgotten that she had not told Marianne anything about her mother or why they had come to this town? Please don't tell me you're just going to get a bunch of exposition out of the way here. She felt guilty. They had gotten together, yet she had held back something as important as that from the girl who had captured her heart. Oh, please, it was yesterday. Oh, come on. What is it? It's as soon as you get into a relationship, you're like, right, I've written a list. It's a scroll. I wrote it with my quill earlier. Here's a list of everything bad that I've done in my life. My list of goals and objectives. No! We were robbing someone. To her shock, Marianne did not look surprised. Oh, this is a surprise. I knew it. The rumours started a little after we first met, and I saw how good you were at stealing things when you tried to rob me. Talia looked away. I thought we weren't going to talk about that again. Marianne chuckled. Don't worry, I won't hold it against you. So, why are you doing it? What's wrong with just being a merchant or an acrobat? It's about my mother. Talia explained the whole story about how her mother had been taken when she was very young and why they needed the money to get her back. I never liked the current lord. He's the reason why my family has been stuck in this town, wasting our talents on horseshoes and nails. And now he likes to put women in jail for decades? She nodded. I'm going to help you, Talia. You don't need... Yes, I do. Sweet. I knew there were 5 party slot members for a reason. We're together now, Talia. If you're sad, then I want you to be happy. If helping you makes me happy, then that's what I'm going to do. Oh, Les. I'm not going to stop you, am I? Ah, the smith shook her head. Nope. You can now buy all items in the forge with a permanent 50% discount. I don't think there's anything I want, but okay, I'll go along. Just come by the smithy and I'll do what I can. Hang on, that was it? Think of it as you're part of your family business now? Talia giggled. We're family now. Something wrong with that? I guess not. Marianne pulled Talia into a hug, kissing her gently on the lips as their eyes met. Take good care of yourself. I don't want you thrown in prison or worse. I'll do my best. They kissed again. No, I better go home and get some sleep, you two. Yeah, she was so glad they were lovers now. Fucking hell, that's the worst line I've read in really quite some time. Honestly, I don't want to read this. I just want to see if she's now a party member or whether literally her only bonus is she now charges us half price for stuff down the forge. Yeah, want me to tell you? Absolutely not. Prude. There are some things that sisters shouldn't even share. You are a prude. Yeah, don't want to. Yeah, cool. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's stop all these dumb jokes. Great, okay, so that was her saying thank you. Right, so back to the map. Is there anyone here? Is there fuck? Attend. Go back. Yeah, well, I never expected anything. We're just getting out all these, like, pointless ones. We don't need items. Always select the least stealthiest one. She's actually not Kim! Why are there 5 slots if you can't have characters who are going to help you out? What's the fucking point? Why? Alright, well, maybe Tiberius will help. The place he's in doesn't help us, so maybe? I don't know. God's sake. Alright, well. I guess the game never said it would, I just invented that it would. Onwards. Oh my god. A few days after, Kira now has a scene with Tiberius. Oh, it's all kicking off. I can't wait for the... Do we actually want to be in a relationship conundrum and one of us has to tell the other days after that this is inevitably going to be? Kira had not seen Tiberius since the attack in the market. That was fucking like weeks ago. She had been a little worried about him, but now she saw him in the temple. As soon as he saw her, the large man strode over to her. Kira felt her heart leap. She was so happy to see him again. It really had been too long. Kira, I'm sorry to interrupt your time here, but could I speak with you? Of course, you said you would need to talk to me back at the market. Ah, yes, I did. Exactly, it's been that long. I'm sorry it has taken me so long to come. It has been a difficult time dealing with the assassins who hired them. Did you find out who it was? Yes, and the perpetrators are being dealt with. Good, I suppose I'll hear about it soon enough. Most likely. Now please walk with me. The two of them walked out of the inside of the temple and out into the grounds. He led them to a quiet spot surrounded by flowers. It was quite a romantic spot. Kira's heart started to beat faster. Was Tiberius going to return her feelings? Probably not. There's something I must confess to you, Kira. My penis is actually half an inch tall. Tall? Long. Yeah, sorry. His is just in a constant state of arousal. It does nothing else but spike up. Her heart skipped a beat. He was really going to tell her he loved her. Probably not. I know you and your family are thieves. I have known for a long time, but I could not prove it. It took all the willpower she could muster to keep her face impassive. Her heart had almost stopped when he told her what he knew. How did he know? If you can't prove it, then why are you so convinced? I have eliminated all suspects except for your family. It literally cannot be anyone but you. I mean, to be fair, with a town as small as this, it was only a matter of time until they were caught. This is why thieves are supposed to move on. Your description also fits from what little testimony we can gather. You three are very careful. Kira's head was spinning. Tiberius knew, had he not brought her here to confess his love, he had brought her here to arrest her. She could feel her heart breaking. Tears threatened to escape from her as she clenched her fists. So why are you telling me this? I want to know why. Why what? Please stop pretending to be ignorant. Tell me why you've been robbing the nobles of this town. There's apparently only 15 normal people and just everyone else is a noble judging by how many people we fucking robbed. Are we alone? We are. Are we alone? Are we are you taking the piss? Right there. Literally right there. He's right there. Oh, fuck it. Well, he must be deaf. Who knows? Fine, I'll tell you. Thank you. Kira rehearsed the tale of her mother's kidnapping and her father's plan to get her back. She explained why they stole and what they were doing with the money. She held nothing back except that she had fallen in love with him. It felt like he would not believe her if she said that now. Tiberius was silent for a long time. She did not know what to do. Should she run? It felt like that would make things worse. Yeah, probably, yeah. Why had she told him these things? He had said he could not prove it. Then again, under Lord Raoul, proof was not needed to throw someone into the dungeons. So you are the daughter of the Queen of Thieves? Yes. Kira nodded. I remember the stories from my childhood. Scourge of nobility, saviour of the poor. There's no excuse for such behaviour. It was because Lord Raoul was letting people starve to death. It was to help them. By making others suffer? She never stole so much that someone was left penniless. No one can eat jewellery. It's just people showing off how rich they are. It doesn't mean anything else. The law is the law, Kira. Which is why my heart is breaking when I think of what you have been doing. Your heart? Tiberius turned his back. Oh, Les. She could knock him out right now, but her limbs refused to move. She had to hear what he had to say. I love you, Kira. You know what, maybe this would be more believable if there were, like, more than 4 or 5 scenes of setup. But the fact that everyone loves everyone is just fucking bizarre. I guess there are only 20 people. It's the Yuna in Final Fantasy X conundrum all over again. The only reason she fancies Tidus is because everyone else is either 6 or 60. He laughed a little. When I was at the temple with my friend, I was asking for her advice. Then I realised what you were doing and I had to be sure your affection was genuine. It was I love you too, Tiberius, he sighed. And that is what makes this so hard. I have sworn an oath to Lord Raoul to uphold his laws, I know. Tiberius turned to face her again. It made her heart ache to see how torn he was. She'd never felt guilty about what her and her sisters did until now. What will you do? I must think. I won't run. I can't abandon my mother. You have your oath, but should you follow it even though you know it's wrong? It's almost like you're trying to decide if you should marry me or not. No. I'd like some alone time with you before you make your decision. Oh my god. Or I'll accept whatever you decide. Not quite all the way. That one's all the way. I'll accept whatever you decide. We won't. We'll fucking run away if he wants to put us in the dungeon. Thank you, Kira. I'm grateful you are not trying to persuade me otherwise. We got the romance. You confused me, Kira. I cannot see you as a bad person even though I know the things you do are wrong. Just because they're illegal doesn't make them wrong. Would you say it was wrong to pray to the gods if Raoul made that illegal? I'm not going to get into a debate with you, Kira. Kira moved close to Tiberius. Then why are you still talking to me? You obviously want one. Or maybe you want something else from me. How big is this dude? I thought we were supposed to be big because we're a guard. But now we look really quite small. Our shoulders are almost non-existent. How small are our shoulders? He's like Shrek compared to us. Oh my god. To her surprise, Tiberius returned it almost immediately. Had he been expecting this? No, probably not. Kira released the captain, allowing him to stand him straight once more. Her neck's gonna hurt from looking up at him. Don't tell me that was your first. No. Shame, I was going to say you're very talented, but maybe it's just your skill. I should go. I should not have kissed you. It has only confused me more. Tiberius sighed. I will not make you wait long, Kira. Only a week. I will tell you my decision soon, I swear it. Kira nodded. I'm sorry I put you in this position, Tiberius. I don't want to hurt you. I know you believe you're doing the right thing. It would not be a difficult decision otherwise. She is a genius. He bowed. Farewell. Kira could not help but mimic his traditional bow whenever he said goodbye to her. Farewell, Tiberius. Godspeed. The man chuckled a little before turning and walking away. Kira watched him leave. She knew she should tell others about what had happened, but she could not. She had promised she would not run, and having her family flee would leave Tiberius looking like a traitor. She could not do that to him. Kira looked at the temple. She had a lot of offerings to make. Offerings, Jesus. Is that how you do it? Gods, I know we've been doing something illegal, but, here's this goat I killed earlier.